Hi, everyone. For those of you who don't know me, I am the other Ben, Ben Gray, and I'm going to share with you my personal favorite feature of 23R1. Now, I'd like to say that it's some cool new functionality, but being that I'm an accountant at heart and a stickler for details, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to cover rename document types in Accounts Payable and Accounts Receivable. So accounting types, try to contain your excitement, and everyone else, I'll try to keep this short. So in previous versions of Acumatica, some document type names were a little confusing. The character limits on the doc type box were a little limiting, and there were some inconsistencies across modules. So I'm going to start with the confusing document types, and a good example of this is actually the Accounts Payable document type of check. Now, we know a check is a method of payment, but in previous versions of Acumatica, all accounts payable documents were designated with the check document type. And you can see how this could be confusing when training a new employee to enter an accounts payable payment. When you say the type needs to be checked, but they'll say, well, this is an ACH or this is a wire payment. And you'll say, yeah, that's the payment method, but the document type still needs to be checked. So thankfully, in 2023 R1, all accounts payable payments are now designated as a payment, not a check. As you can see here, you have a federal wire payment and a federal wire voided payment. Now, in previous versions, this would have read as FedWire check and FedWire voided payment, which it doesn't make a whole lot of sense. You can also see here we have ACH payment, ACH voided payment, check payment, and check voided payment. Now, again, this is not a big change at all, but it's really nice and clarifying. So another minor change to the document type names has to do with inconsistencies across modules. Now, if you can recall from previous versions, in Accounts Receivable, we have what is called a cash sale and a cash ret, or it has been expanded to cash return in the latest version. But in the Accounts Payable module, the equal and opposite transaction was called a quick check or a voided quick check. And so with the latest version of Acumatica, they have actually changed that from quick check to cash purchase and avoided cash purchase. Again, this is to create consistency across modules and share the naming convention. So along with this change, the import scenarios for what was once your quick check, your Acu import quick check, is now named Acu AP cash purchases, and the corresponding data provider's name has also been updated. Another consistency change was on your customer refunds and your vendor refunds. They've dropped the leading customer and vendor, and now they both simply read as refunds. Okay, so some other type name changes were a result of them expanding the character limit of the fields. So for instance, in Accounts Payable, we no longer have CRAJ and DRAJ. We now have credit adjustment and debit adjustment. Again, a very minor change, but it's a clarifying change. And then the final change and the smallest change would be them going from all caps to title case. Here you can see invoice, debit memo, credit memo, easier to read, easier on the eyes.